2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
So it appears this player's target is to beat Ricky Fowler this week. That should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Yeah, Ricky Fowler sounds like he's up for the challenge. On social media, he's been talking about this rivalry. Is Ricky ever not up for the challenge, though? He'll smile as he's beating you, that's for sure.
Yes, likes to kill him with kindness, does our Ricky. He is a wonderful fella on and off the course. And with a renewed confidence in his game, the new father's looking to shine here. This will be a tough challenge for our rivalry. He's currently tied for 6th. Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole par 4. Has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provide some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. Teeing off here at the 3rd hole. That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. Playing from around 160 yards.
Wind is blowing left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
And he's safely on the green with that shot.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
"12 feet to the cup coming up.
This is what they have left for par.
Oh, so close. Just a short putt remaining here. Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. Now we're on the 4th tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left the bunkers, not so hot either, but with just a short iron hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
That'll sting a bit. That was a gallant attempt. And this next putt here is for a double bogey. That will work. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Now 5 strokes behind. This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that.
Double bogey in the last hole. That really set this player back. Hopefully it isn't too costly.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
This would be a great up and down. this putt for par here. Ouch, that hurts. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Well holed. Let's move on. Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. We've arrived at a par 5. Oh, that was pure. Let's hope this one gets a good lie because it's heading towards the rough. Few players have had the kind of impact on the game that Rickie Fowler has, and certainly being a fan favourite, Rich. It's funny when you see grown men dressed head to toe in orange supporting this wonderful person. But I know he wants more out of his career bio than what he's got right now.
And he will definitely get it as well, Luke. He's too good of a talent, and he has too much ability to not be a great player and be on the top of the leaderboard definitely a few times during the season. He is definitely, if there is a Pied Piper in golf outside of Tiger Woods, I would put my thumb on Rickie Fowler, just because so many people go out there dressed in the orange gear that he has, and whatever he does, they just love it. He's engaging, he's affable, he looks like he is enjoying himself on the golf course, which I truly believe he is. He really is one of these players that's so dynamic and so fun to be around. You can't help but root for him week in and week out.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Now over to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And here we are with the third shot. Let's take a look at the current standings. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. That's frustrating. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Ooh, just missed that one. This next putt for double bogey. Now at 6 over for the round.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
Oh, well played. Opting for the 6-iron. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. What's in front of them, Henny?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
Just didn't drop. Bogey putt coming up here. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently in 5th place.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. All right, Rich, we've made the turn now into the final 9. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, they're behind their rival right now through 9 holes, but there's lots of time, lots of opportunities on this back 9 to make up. It'll be interesting to see how it all ends up.
Nicely done.
Time for the second shot at the 10th. Getting ready to play their third. Time now for the 4th shot. This is their 5th shot. This next putt is for bogey. Ooh. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Sitting at +1. Currently tied for 10th place. Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. A little slide happening here on the leaderboard. See if he can bounce back. And coming off a double bogey, you'd imagine their heads down a bit. Time to just clear that from the mind. Well, I'm sure it looked better in their mind before they hit it.
This one heading to the bunker.
That's disappointing. From one bunker to the next. And here we are with their 4th. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for bogey.
Job done. Let's head to the next. Sitting at 11 over for the day.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Teeing off here on the 12th hole. Woo, back there, horsey. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Yeah, this is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close. Putting for par. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
That will drive you bats.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Sitting up here from about 160 yards.
Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. $15 feet to the cup. This one's online. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Why don't we catch up with Ricky Fowler? So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. And we find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par 4s on the back 9 here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flag stick.
Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Well, nice to drop a putt of that length. Well done. Sitting at 12 over for the round. We have a par 5 on this one. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Time for the second shot at the 15th. Close to the surface here, and the green side rough. Nine feet to the cup. Always nice to hold those for a birdie. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. That doesn't look good, Rich. Bit too far right for my liking. It's a little wayward.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
He has this putt to save his par. That gets the job done. Now plus 11 for the day. Two great shots are required here because this hole is a long par 4. Well struck. Playing from around 210 yards here.
Pretty good wind back into the player's face. Pretty good shot there.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
It's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some. This is their look at birdie.
Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. Rich, we find ourselves at the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe plate, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Playing their fourth shot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Lovely touch. Well played.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Didn't quite judge the speed on that one.
It defies gravity, that one. That should have chased out more, but it didn't.
And as we take a look at our rivalry results, it's a big thank you to Henny for bringing us all the magic from the course today.
Thank you, Luke. The pleasure was all mine. I got to see some incredible shots and some not so good stuff, but what a day.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.